A tree doesn't compete with the trees around it, it just grows. Some things have to end in order for better things to begin. You will not find yourself in the opinions of others. What is coming is better than what has gone. The biggest lie you've told yourself is that you're not ready yet. The people with the worst past can create the best future. Forgive yourself for accepting less than you deserved, but don't do it again. Sometimes we break ourselves to leave behind the pieces that would never be ours to carry. Someday when things are okay, you'll look back and feel proud that you didn't give up. Some paths can't be discovered without getting lost first. Stop choosing what's not choosing you. Sometimes we don't want to heal because the pain is the last link to what we've lost. The chains that hold you back were never put there by someone else. Progress in life because you are always raising the bar. You can only lose what you cling to. Work on your boundaries. You can't be everything to everyone and nothing to yourself. Perhaps you are overvaluing what you don't have and undervaluing what you do. Don't compare yourself to others. There's no comparison between the moon and the sun. They shine when it's their time. Things work out when you least expect them. Life has a funny way of surprising us when we're not looking for it. Overthinking is the art of creating problems that weren't even there. Everything will be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. Be impatient with your actions, but patient with your results. When the road gets bumpy, you don't leave the car, you put the seatbelt on. Your value is not determined by someone else's inability to see your worth. The fish that keeps its mouth shut never gets caught. You have to believe in yourself before anyone else does. Just because it's taking time doesn't mean it's not working. Life is like a piano. White keys represent happiness and black keys show sadness. If life can remove something you never expected to lose, it can also replace it with something you never dreamed of having. You're not everything you could be, and you know it. You either solve the problem or leave the problem, never live with the problem. We master our future with experiences from our past. You're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of success and everything it demands from you. Just because something is hard to obtain doesn't mean that it's valuable. No matter how many goals you have achieved, you must set your sights on a higher one. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't. You'll never be criticized by someone who is doing more than you. You'll always be criticized by someone doing less. Stop chasing the money and start chasing the passion. The past shows what you've done. The future will show what you've learned. Like the moon, we have to go through phases of emptiness to feel full. Stop for a moment and celebrate how far you've come. You owe nothing to your younger self, but owe everything to yourself. Phases of change are necessary in order to bloom. You wouldn't have learned to ride a bike if someone you trusted didn't let you go. You are not behind. You are just on your own path. Set your goals ridiculously high, and even in failure, you will surpass others' success. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. The pain you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that is coming. Accepting a negative experience is a positive experience. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. You won't know what's right for you until you experience enough wrong. What you do today is a reflection of who you will become tomorrow. Choose a wife rather by your ear than your eye. You cannot judge what should bring others joy, and others cannot judge what should bring you joy. To make a woman want to have sex with you, first make her feel sexually attracted to you. A man who stays long during sex prioritizes the pleasure and satisfaction of his partner. Delay gratification and bargain with the future. Your competition isn't other people. It's your procrastination, negative thoughts, and comfort zone. Life will test you so you can choose a meaningful life. A man must be big enough to admit his mistakes, smart enough to profit from them, and strong enough to correct them. When you blame someone else for your problems, you're giving them power over you. People start hating you when they can't control you. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it. If you constantly try to prove your worth to someone else, you've already forgotten your value. The flower doesn't dream of the bee. It blossoms and the bee comes. A river cuts through rock not because of it, because of every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. When nothing is certain, everything is possible. Your story is unique and so different, and not worthy of comparison. The things you take for granted are dreams for someone else. Sometimes your only available transportation is a leap of faith. Worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. Your mindset determines your reality. Growth is uncomfortable because you've never been there before. You don't find the happy life. You make it. Don't stumble over something behind you. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. You are more than what you settle for. Your direction is more important than your speed. Storms make trees take deeper roots. The greatest prison people live in is the fear of what others think. Your dreams are valid no matter how big they seem. The struggle you're in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. Where you are a year from now is a reflection of the choices you choose to make right now. You can't calm the storm, so stop trying. What you can do is calm yourself. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Never let success get to your head, and never let failure get to your heart. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. The harder you work for something, the greater you'll feel when you achieve it. You become what you believe, not what you wish for. Don't wait for opportunity. Create it. You are not a product of your circumstances, but a product of your decisions. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. If you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. The best view comes after the hardest climb. You don't grow when you're comfortable. The only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down. Subscribe for more wisdom and self-mastery. Like, share, and comment.